Oh, hold on. Hey, everybody, if anybody's on there and is seeing this, when y'all log on, does this mess it up on the story?
Don't think so.
Open up yours, let's see. Hey, everybody, we're about to go live on the Mathews V31, etc., okay? So, 1 second. I just need to know what it looks like. Oh, it's looking good. Okay, perfect. We got Michi here. We're going to run... He's got the V27 with the, it's got the new roller guard, but we got longer risers than we did previously, and then we went to a smaller dampener on here, the Nano, and what you have is an overall lighter bow. Everybody, is it looking okay?
Yeah, we're good. So,
I'm going to show this real fast. So this is in the real tree camo. There's lots of camo. I'm not going to show much beyond that. There's so many options. These are set at 28 inches, 70 pounds with 85% let off. And the reason we're doing that today on these is solely because it's the average customer for us. But we're going to shoot the 31 on the same draw length, same poundage. Then we're going to go to the Atlas at 30-inch draw length, 70 pounds. Then we're going to do the Prima, which I don't even know what draw length it's at. It's on an F, so we'll look that up in a second, at 50 pounds. We're going to run 3 arrows. I think one's 503, one is 360, and one is 460. So we're going to do that all live. You can keep up with it. I'll post it to our YouTube page. We're going to run through all of these. And as I get to know the bows a little bit better, I'll do their own reviews. I'll do some comparisons between those and the 28s and the 31. So 31 to 31.5 and the 28 to the 27. So the bow that we're going to shoot set at a 25-inch draw length at 50 pounds. And we're going to launch some heavy arrows out of it to check the speeds. I can already tell you, compared to the Avail, there's nothing close to the Prima. You want to compare it to all the new women's bows out there, but compared to the Avail, if you're wanting to know if you should get a new Avail, the Avail, I don't know, was 5 years old. The Prima is a big-time upgrade. I am a little bit disappointed that they let us down and didn't do switch weight mods, but this is a high-performing bow. Every woman that came in and shot it today said, oh gosh, it's my favorite bow ever. So quiet that from behind you cannot hear it at all. So that'll be our last bow. Stay with us. We're going to shoot these until my phone goes dead. Once my phone goes dead, we're stopping for the night, and then we're going to come in here and start over again tomorrow. So, Michi, he's the bomb diggity. We're going to shoot this. Let's weigh it. Michi, I'll hand you the arrows, and then you can run them through the chrono. And disclaimer. Sometimes our chronograph sucks and it's not 100% accurate, but it should get us pretty close to where we want to be. I'm going to weigh all these on the ground, then I'll step back up there and tell you. Michi will just stay there, and we'll see what they go. So right now we have got a... Oops, hold on. I'm just weighing this, everybody. Stay with me. A 503.8 grain arrow, 28 inches. And we've got 70 pounds. Michi's going to run it through the chrono. So if anybody has any questions, shoot them down there. You can ask to join. You're welcome to say a little bit of what you think about these bows or questions. One cool thing is I'm going to move it in a second. We're going to shoot it from the side. So Michi's first time shooting that arrow. So 503 grains is 269, which is phenomenal. We're going to shoot a little bit lower this time, and we're going to get it... right in the center, and we may see a difference. So we're going to shoot it from 2 different distances as well, just to make sure our chrono is good and accurate. That was 269. It's a 28-inch. Oh, that's pretty solid. 269, 28-inch draw length with a 503 grain arrow. Right in there. Oh, this looks good. So 269 twice with a 503 grain arrow. Let me get you another arrow, Michi. We're going to weigh this next arrow, everybody. This does not have vanes on it. So we're shooting a Pierce. I got it. It is a 368 grain arrow, so not quite right that 350, but there you go, Meech. So we're going to shoot that again and go from there with it. This is the V27. It's set at 28 inches. And again, it's 70 pounds. 368 grain arrow. A little bit lower at the front. 310. So pretty solid. Pretty solid arrow. We're gonna shoot it one more time. That's a 360 degree arrow. We're pointing up. Yeah, I'm just trying to get level with you. Good. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Everybody give Michi a round of applause. He's a vet, and we really appreciate him. He's doing this for us. Okay, so he's going to get one more. That was 310, a little bit lower in the front hand. We got an error. It's too fast. We'll reshoot it real fast. Thanks, Meech. Meech, that was a 368, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's going really deep into the target, so bear with us, everybody. So that's going to be your 28. I will get better shots for everybody. We're going to shoot full reviews, but we're getting overwhelmed by the number of phone calls we're getting because we're not going to give you any bull crap on these bows, but I'll tell you, I daggum love them. I called Ryan, that's our rep at Mathews, who I like to give a hard time, and said, dude, there's no way you're beating the VXR. So 308 and 310, that's pretty solid, don't you think, Michi?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's with the 368 grain arrow at 28 inches. So that's a good arrow. Like our whitetail guys, everything else, we're good there. I mean, that's freaking awesome. So now we're going to move into another arrow for him, which I believe is 4 something. So we did a 500, we did a 3 something, and now we're going to do a 400, 368, a 503, and now we're going to do and if you'll notice, you can't hear those bows. I'm pretty sure it's quieter than the VXR. It's way quieter than the VXR. Yeah. Michi's got a 31 and a half. He's got no bias here. So this is the 468 grain arrow. So it's 100 grains heavier, which a lot of you guys at a 28 inch draw length, this would be a pretty good arrow for y'all. So 280, we see a considerable drop there with that 100. But between that, when we go from the 500 to that one, that's 20 feet per second difference in those changes. Again, this is 85% let off. This is 70 pounds with a 28 inch draw. One more arrow there with the 468 grain arrow. And again, our chrono is pretty accurate, but we don't always say it's the best chronograph. So a duplicate. So what was that, 280? So now we're going to go ahead and move on, guys. We're going to go to the V31. All these have 6-inch brace sights. Do what? Oh, yeah, do you mind? Thank you. Appreciate you. So just so you can kind of see everything, there are a ton of colors. You'll see those reviews that really get amped up, but they can tell you how many colors Mathews has. If you look right here, they're all right there. No big deal. So you're going to be looking at an IBO up to 342 feet per second. You're going to be at a 31-inch axle to axle. You can get an 80 or 85% let off. We're going to have draw weights from 60 to 75 pounds with switch weight mods, the same as a 27. Draw lengths from 26 to 30 and a half. The 27 only goes down to a 20. It goes down to a 25. This only goes to a 26. The next thing we're going to look at is we got the axle of 31. I compared it to my 31 and a half, which we're shooting a full review on this weekend, the comparison between the two. I'll be in it. If Ryan would take care of me, I'd have my own 31 to go back and do some mule deer hunts with. But whatever, Ryan, I'll see how it is. With switch weight technology, I know everybody's cracking up on the roller, how it's like pointed down, but it's pretty epic, is all I have to say. So we're going to go to 28-inch draw on the 31, and we're going to keep it at 70 pounds, 85% let off. Meech is going to run pretty much the same thing. So we're going to run the 503 grain arrow first. Is it working?
Yeah.
So 503 with a 28-inch draw, 70 pounds. This is a V31. So 267. Actually similar speeds. Shouldn't be, but yeah, I mean, pretty comparable. Your IBO on the 27, everybody, is going to be, I'm going to double check it so I don't tell y'all wrong. I'm new to these as well. You're going to be looking at IBO on that is up to 366. So we can get faster speeds out of 27, so that makes sense. The 31 is going to be 344, I believe. Don't quote me on that. 342 on that one. So 270. Yeah, so pretty stable between those with a 500 grain arrow. I'd love to hit something with a 28-inch draw length at 270 feet per second. Now we're gonna get that next arrow for y'all. It's a 468. I just checking everything so to make sure I'm telling you accurately. Yeah, 465. 465 with a 28-inch draw. And here in a little bit, I'm gonna have Michi shoot so y'all can see the angles of these limbs and what they do. It's berserk. So we're on the V31 right now, guys. We'll save this and you'll have it on our YouTube and you will have it on Instagram. So 278. It's a little bit slower than the 27, which is what we expect because it was at 280. Yeah, so it's going to be slightly slower than the 28, and it's still really comparable for their IBOs to be so much different. Back up about a step and see what it does. It's going to slow it down, guys. Just when we do that, I just like to make sure everybody's lower. Yeah. 279. So it went up 1 foot per second. So no big difference. That's your 400 grain arrow. Now we're going to go to a super light, essentially IBO arrow with no vanes, and we are at that 368. So he's going to shoot 368. Hey, on that one. Yeah. 368. Now, appreciate Meach shooting these for us. Anybody have any questions for us? We've got all the bows here. I'd love to ask. That's okay, Meach. You're awesome. We just appreciate you. Any questions out there? Yeah, it was almost a dry fire. Y'all could have seen how the V31 handled the dry fire, which, you know me, you're more than likely going to get to see that anyway. So it's not really catching on. Let me see it. I'll squeeze it back on. We're going to fix a knock real quick, guys, because it's so light. See how that works. Try that. Have you shot that one yet? Yeah. All right, guys. This is essentially an IBO arrow. Not quite. It's 368 grains, and this is 70 pounds, 28 inches. So 310, really similar to 27, right? So we're getting some pretty good solid speeds out of it. If we had more time tonight, you're gonna get to see it run through the full draw lengths later. Let me shoot that one more time. I'll run it through the full draw lengths for y'all in the in-depth review, but I know everybody's wanting to see this now. So it's a 368 grain arrow out of a 70 pound, 28 inch draw length. This is a V31 with an IBO of 342. So it's really consistent in the shot. So we did the IBO arrow. Did we do the 468?
Yes.
We did. So we did the 506. So we shot all those guys. Now we're gonna give Michi. We gotta check the arrows. I don't know if they'll fit it or not.
I should have shot this.
Michi's gonna want to buy it now. So now we're going to the Atlas, everybody. This bow right here is a 34-inch axle to axle, or 34.75, I think. So we're looking at 34 to 0.75 in the axle to axle length. We're still going to be shooting I don't know, we may have to grab another arrow. I don't know if that 503 is going to fit through it, but we'll see what happens. We'll just make sure Michi doesn't drop it off the rest as we draw back. That one right there is 4.92 pounds. I'll go over the weights of those other ones real fast too, because I know y'all needed to know. The 27 is 4.29 pounds, so they lost weight on it. And the 31 is 4.5. And when you pick up these bows, you can tell they're lighter, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
So when we go into now the Atlas, everybody's wanted a new Traverse. I don't know that this replaces a Traverse. Traverse is an awesome 33-inch axle to axle bow. This is a big bow right here. So this is your Brady Miller bow. These are the guys that shoot those super long bows. I love it, but I'm not carrying it around with me on the type of hunts that I do. It's gonna be too long. But I do love shooting them, and it's bulky. It's huge, isn't it? Yeah. But the cool thing is, if you're gonna be launching bombs in the backyard and you want to shoot 100+ yards, and you want to be crazy, insanely accurate, this bow's insane. Great 3D bow, 7.25 pounds, sorry, 7.25. Sorry, Mathews, I'm lying there. It's the brace height. We're looking at 7.25 7.75 inch brace height, so super forgiving bow. Go out there and not just practice with this one, have a lot of fun with it, shoot 3D, go kill elk, do whatever you want to do with it. 60, 65, 70, and 75 pounds. And then you're going to be looking at draw lengths from 29.5 to 34. So I would have loved to have seen Mathews take this down to a 29 or even a 28. It'd been the best bow I think ever made. So that's the only caveat to it. The long draw guys, we have some pro players that get their bows from us, and we're really happy to have a 34-inch draw now. Where we get their arrows, I don't know. That's still been quite the challenge. So they're all compatible with your STS systems. This one, they should have all your same: black, stone, green ambush, real tree edge, Optifade subalpine, Under Armour all season, and First Light Spectre. So Meech is going to shoot this now. We're going to have to be really careful and watch our arrows on it, basically, because I'm not sure we have a long enough one. Cade's measuring an arrow to see if we can get a 500 grain arrow.
657.
Oh, we got a 657 that we're going to run back through these, so find us a 500. We're going to shoot that one still. So we got a 657 that we'll run through these too, because I know we're getting a lot of people with crazy heavy arrows. But Meech, you can have at this one. Let's shoot that. I'll check it when you draw back. I'll say let down. You just be careful, because I don't know how long this arrow is. You and your long draw length. Get closer, maybe just where that orange dot was the first time. I'm gonna watch Meech real quick. If y'all see something dangerous, you tell us. I got you. Too short. It's too long of a draw. Or this one. This is too short of an arrow for him. So I'm just gonna. I know guys are gonna kill me for this, but this is a 400 or 600 This is a 600 grain arrow. We're gonna run through it real fast. Cade's making us a 500 that'll fit this bow. This is a 656 grain arrow. But at least Meech can shoot it. He's gonna love shooting this bow because it's such a long axle axe. Great 3D bow, great fun bow. 656 grains, 30-inch draw length, 70 pounds. Lower in the front. There you go. Well, that was loud. I'm not sure what we hit. We busted the knock on it. It's okay though. We'll shoot it again. The knock flew off. Do what? No, it's right here. We're good. We're going to shoot it again, guys. I'm going to switch Meech. I'm going to shoot it. I want Meech getting hurt. I don't know why I did that. Well, now you know what it's like when the knot doesn't quite fit on there. It gets a little bit too tight. I'm going to fix this. Oh. I know, you're right. You scared? I scared Meechy, guys. He's not going to sleep tonight. My bad, Meechy.
That's quite bow line.
Yeah. Hold on, everybody. We'll catch back up. That bow didn't dry fire. We didn't get the knock all the way on. I'm going to check everything real fast on it. I wonder you don't do things a lot live, so when you screw up, you can edit it. Just kidding. I'm going to run this one through. I don't know why. Knock looks good. It could be that. It could just be our pushing it. All right, so 30-inch draw length, 600 grain arrow, 600 and what?
56.
656. 240. Super quiet. Is that 70, right? 70 pounds. Yeah, 30-inch draw length. We'll shoot it one more time. 240, the 656, almost 700 grain arrow. So, shoot one more time. Meech is going to check the timing, but it felt really good to me. We haven't done any tuning with these. And then we got a 520. We're going to shoot through it. I'll tell you what, shooting a really heavy arrow like that is so quiet. Like you feel no vibration from this bow. 240 with a 600 grain arrow. Go ahead and hand me the 520. Did we shoot the other ones through it yet? It's all right. It's not. All right. We're good. They just asked me, thought they wanted me to move the target. I was like, no, we're all right. So 240 with a 600 and what, Michi? 657. And this is what?
520.
Here comes the 520. Cage it back there building arrows. Knocks on. Man, this bow is quiet, smooth. So 257 speed wise. Check that. I may only have this in the 29.5. It's the I. We may have to put the 30 on here, guys. I may have this at, it's the I.
30.
Oh, it's at 30. So this arrow right here is, what's up?
Oh, no, we're good.
It's at 468. There it goes. 468, guys. I love this bow right here. And that's at 30?
Yeah, that's 30.
Okay. Okay, buy me one of these.
Maybe for Christmas.
So 268 with the 400 grain arrow, 30 inches. Now remember, this is probably not IBO'd at 30. I bet it's IBO'd at 34. So what that max IBO is up to, let me bot this down. Hope everybody's having fun watching this. This is a no bullcrap review, as you can tell. I'm not here to fluff anything. This is my first time really getting to run through these bows. Can you see it? Any questions?
No, not yet.
Okay. So this is a 368 grain arrow. So if you want to see crazy, if this blows up and goes through my hand, it's all live. I blame it on Dalton Vaughn. If anything happens to me, it's Dalton Vaughn at Better Outdoors fault, in case you're wondering. Dalton, you hear that? So 298 with a 30-inch draw. So I'm noticing it being a little bit slower than the other bows overall.
Yeah.
But these longer axle bows, we're
We're
not expecting crazy speeds out of them. So now we're gonna go back, we're gonna go to the Prima, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get the other two bows and reshoot them with that 600 grain arrow. So the Prima right now was at what, Michi? 25-inch draw length, 60 pounds. Oh, sorry, 50. Sorry, I'm lying to you, 50 pounds. The brace height on this bow right here on the Prima, which I've already told you, I've had several women in here shoot this bow, and that have the Avail, and they're already ordering this bow because they see that much of a difference. 346 IBO, but it's up to 321 at 27.5 inches. So the IBO, it's completely spec'd out at 60 pounds with the 27.5-inch draw length. You're looking at 346. So very few, but if you're at 27.5 and you're able to get 60, you're gonna be smashing some stuff. But the cool thing is we're getting down to 21.5-inch draw length to this, up to 27.5. And then a 5.5-inch brace height, 3.93 pounds, so a very light bow. And axle to axle is 30 inches. So we've got a real forgiving bow for a shorter stature.
Wow.
Yeah, so 500 grain arrow here. Ooh, this is so light, it feels funny. So 203 with a 500 grain arrow. 500 and something grain arrow, 568 or something. And then now we're at 468, 503 arrow, and now we're at a 468 arrow. Obviously, guys, these arrows are too heavy for the bow. We're just having fun. 25 inches, 50 pounds. 211 feet per second. You want to make me a lighter arrow even?
Yeah.
So this is at 368. So 240 feet per second with a 25-inch draw, 50 pounds, 368 grain arrow. Sweet. I'm gonna grab the heavy arrow real quick, and I'm gonna run it through these two bows right here, the 600 grain arrow. So again, this is 28-inch draw length. Thank you. I'm gonna run the 600 grain arrow through it. We got to 6 something here. We'll just do that so you'll have this. We're gonna go back to the V31. That's 582. What is that one?
This was a heavy one.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to the heavy one, everybody. That's 520.
Okay, so
The heavy one's actually not doing that 6 that it was doing earlier, so. We're at 581, everybody, for the fun of it. Super long arrow. So 581, we did a 503, we done the 3 something, and Kay's making us a light arrow real fast.
that's for your water buffalo hunt.
Okay, this is a 5, it's like a 580 something. So 250, 28 inch.
Not bad.
Draw, yeah, that's great. 250 with the 600, something, or right at 600 grain arrow. And then we're gonna do the 27 now in that same arrow. Switch that up. And guys, again, we'll do a full detailed review a little bit later. I just want everybody to see the speeds and see how quiet these bows are. These are quieter than the VXRs. Again, y'all think I'm kidding. I usually call Ryan and be like, dude, quit releasing bows. We need to stick with a bow because you're not going to beat it. And then somehow the engineers in the back, the smart people behind Ryan, are actually doing some cool stuff. These bows are lighter. I'm super duper impressed with them. So this is the 27 with the 500 grain arrow. Can you go any lighter than that? 785 or what?
I'm gonna get a 75.
Let's see if I can.
This is a 582 we're throwing out of this now. We didn't do this earlier. We got the 503, so we're almost to 600 grains. $247?
Not bad.
Not bad. Shoot it again. Let's get some speeds out of it for you.
Pushing a heavy arrow.
Yep, we're pushing a really heavy arrow. I mean, if you want to shoot that big of an arrow, that's at a 28-inch draw. You could also go to the 70-pound module and gain some speed out of that at that draw length if you wanted to. I personally like their 70-pound mods. 250? What were we before?
Was it 247?
Yeah, so that should be about right, about 250 with that. I'm just running them through again. This is not the most expensive chronograph, but it gives you a roundabout speed of where we want to be with them. And I'll give you a full detailed breakdown in their actual individual videos. 251. That's not bad. And we're going to do the Prima one more time with super light arrow. And yeah, so everybody from the shop that shoots these, we'll have some bows before Christmas. I know that Ryan will take care of us on that. But if you have dealers that are just now ordering bows, you're not going to see bows till February. So we will be the largest stocking dealer for 6+ hours in Texas. So if you want something to come down, we're going to have the women's, we're going to have the Atlas, we're going to have the 27, the 31s, all the colors. So come check them out. We're going to shoot a 322 through this Prima now.
Check the length.
The what?
The length. I know you.
Oh, okay. Kay told me to check the length, so if I die, it's his fault, okay? So this will be our last one, guys. I would like for you to ask questions now if you have them. Because I know we got like 70+ phone calls today asking about these bows. 247? This is 50 pounds. I'd actually probably run a little bit different arrow through these. It's doing better than our bells were. 248. I like it. If there's any questions, not any questions, then we're going to call it quits for the night. What you need?
Oh, I was just looking at the IBO.
Yeah. So if we set it to 27.5, which we'll do in the full Prima breakdown, we'll run it all the way through that. I would like to, if I have enough mods, run it from the 27.5 all the way down to the 21, and we'll run the same arrow so you can kind of see what our weight changes are. I know that Michi said it too, but they're super quiet. There's no way that Mathews gets their bows quieter, but this is definitely quieter. Less vibration, you have a longer axle to axle. The women's bow, you need to shoot it and compare it to everything on the market. It's probably my favorite on the market, And right now in the store, when people are comparing it between the Bowtech and their Eclipse, the Shockey, and the Prima is kind of in the lead, but everybody's making some good stuff now. I suggest you shoot everything and make a wise decision. Mathews, again, daggum, they knocked it out of the park. Bowtech and Hoyt are dropping their premier bows in January, so stay tuned to that, or sometime around there. I'm not sure exactly when. Like, go shoot these bows. Even if you have a VXR, I think you'll be highly impressed with these and the way they're shooting. I shoot the 31 right now, and I'll definitely have I'll shoot the 31 and a half. I'll have a 31. I like the 28 in a lot, or it's the 27 in a lot of situations. But just with my size, I personally prefer the 31 in like what I like to do. But we have the majority of our customers for their hunting scenarios, they really enjoy the 27. Fits in blinds a little bit better, but we like to go launch arrows. So if there's any questions, I'll answer them. If not, we'll say peace out, and we'll shoot full reviews this weekend. Don't. What to do? Yeah, and now and then what we do there is we can